Lord of Vermilion. In the year 2030, some high-frequency sounds pop up in Tokyo along with red fog, and those who hear those sounds, be they animals or humans, they lose their consciousness. Seeing all of this, the city goes into emergency mode. The authorities command to shut down everything. They say that a mysterious pandemic is on the loose, and there's no telling what will happen next. So it's time to prepare for the worst. Be that as it may, 6 days later, everyone who lost consciousness now wakes up, and the city goes back to normal. So, was it all just a prank, or is there really a mysterious pandemic lurking around in Tokyo? I'd say, depending on how much you like action, this could be a very good watch for you. The art and animation is also relatively good. However, the downside of this one is that both the story and the characters are kind of vague. Watch this if you have nothing else to watch. Sirius the Jaeger. I don't understand why almost all of the anime by PA Works are so underrated. Is it because the studio is known for making original anime instead of adapting an already popular manga? Even so, all of the anime I've ever watched by this studio are always just so refreshing, wholesome, and sometimes even downright depressing. This one is also an anime original by PA Works, and while I admit that this is no masterpiece, it is still a very good anime. The story takes place in the year 1930 when vampires are on the loose. The one who keeps them in check are the warriors called Jaegers. But just like how vampires are merciless, Jaegers may be humans, but they're also monsters who bestow the most gruesome deaths on these vampires. The main character, Yuli, is one of these skilled warriors who has some extreme hatred for the vampires because a few years ago they raided his hometown and killed everyone left, right and center. But even though revenge is the only focus for Yuli, and he's also strong enough to kick some vampire ass, he still cares about his friend, and that makes this anime all the more worth watching. Jibaku Shonen Hanako-kun. The main character, Hanako-kun, is an interesting guy. He lurks around in the girls' toilet that's located on the 3rd floor of the school's old building. Now, the students know a bit about him, but they think he's a girl that haunts that bathroom, and it's also one of the 7 wonders of their school. Some students even started spreading some rumors that if someone successfully manages to encounter her, she'll grant them any wish. So every once in a while, students try summoning her, but she just never appears. Until the day when an adorable girl named Nene tries to look for this ghost, thinking that she can wish for her feelings to be returned by her crush. She actually encounters it and even discovers that the ghost is actually a boy. Now that's how the anime begins, but it isn't anything like a romance anime. Instead, it's more like a supernatural shonen adventure where they go around solving mysteries and discovering the truth behind them. While it may explore supernatural elements, it still manages to stay wholesome. I'd say it's one of those anime that can be recommended to just about anyone. Gunjo no Magmel. Now, here's an interesting one. Suddenly, a new continent pops up and it's ready to be explored by people, and the name of this continent is Magmel. As you can guess, everyone's genuinely interested in this new continent, but since it's new, there's no telling what people they might find there. So in order to sustain the expeditions, people known as anglers come into the scene to protect the people from Magmel's wildlife. One such angler is Inyu, who's a skilled professional. Together with his assistant Zero, he performs search and rescue operations for people, and that's just about it for the plot. You have this new continent suddenly pop up out of nowhere, and then you have people who go exploring it. Does that sound interesting to you? If it does, you should definitely check this one out. The story does go kind of downhill in the later episodes though. Hitori no Shita. This one's a Chinese anime, but the Japanese dub is also available, so feel free to go with whichever one you want. Now, the story goes like this. The main character, Zhang Chulan, was in the graveyard trying to pay a visit to his grandma's grave, but then some zombies appear out of nowhere and start attacking him. The situation was obviously not very comfortable for him. Fortunately though, he gets saved by a mysterious girl who's wielding kitchen knives, and she stomps the zombies using these knives, tells him something, and then leaves. However, Chulan sees the girl again at his university. A few more characters also come onto the scene, and then from there on out, it's all about mysteries and action. It's also got some spot-on hilarious comedy too. There you go guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Be sure to like and leave a comment.